Okay, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube to Table Enable Shulchan Aruch Yomi. Today we're doing Simon Pei Zayin. Kama Sarach Laharchik B'Shas Kriya Shem and Agraf already. How much you have to distance yourself from toilet, um, portable toilet. We'll talk more about that coming up. Only three halachas today. Aleph Graf Sharei B'Aviv Shamei Raglayim. Let's translate it literally as a toilet or a urinal. Shal Cheres or Shal Eitz if they're made out of clay or pottery, or wood. Even if there's nothing, even if there was urine, or there is urine, and you put water in it to mavatel, that we learned that water can mavatel, or revius of water is mavatel the urine. It doesn't make a difference. Even if you flush the toilet, flush the urinal. If they're made out of metal or glass, or shalcheres matzupa, porcelain. Porcelain is basically tiles that are covered over in glass. Motor imhem rechutzim yafe. If you flush that urinal, right? Maybe only in Israel where they have good flushing systems. I don't know. Apparently in America they are behind Israel and I think the rest of Europe in terms of their flushing. That swirl, I don't know why they still have the swirl over there. The flushing power here in Israel is much better. A lot of clogged up toilets in America because of that swirling thing, swirling water. Here in Israel, it's like you press it, it's like a machine. It's like it just takes everything out. But literally, like I can count on my fingers. Like I've been here for 7 years. How many times toilet has actually been stuffed up here in Israel? Less than 5, maybe less than 2. If you want to know the svara, the understanding behind this first halacha, stick around for Ian Dalinon, the Ian Shir on Shulchan Aruch, where I talk about that. Let's say, I actually heard stories about this. I heard an interview Shaquille O'Neal gave. If you don't know who Shaquille O'Neal is, he was a famous basketball player. Now he's more of a media personality. Huge guy, 7'1", 300 pounds. One of the most dominant centers in NBA history. After they lost in the playoffs in his earlier years, he literally would detach urinals from the wall and throw them on the floor. Now that's pretty hard to do, but he did like 5 of them in a row. So let's say you did that. You detached a urinal from the wall, and you turned it over, and now it's covered, right? Or you took a toilet out of its hinges, and you turned it over. Yesh matir and yesh osrim. Some say it's mutter, and some say it's aser. Allah follows the people that aser. This is a machlokes between the Torah and the Torah b'shem Avi Ezri and the Mordechai. The Rav Yah. The Torah is machmir, of course, from machmir. Gimel, mutter likros kriya shema bayis sheish bo somi raglayim or grava of it. If you're in a house and they have bathrooms with toilets, you don't have a problem saying kriya shema in the living room. Kevan sheherchik mehem kashir shnisbar b'simen ayin tet. As long as you are 4 amos away from wherever the smell stops, or there's a mechitza, right? Most urinals are not in the main room. Even when I went to this luxurious rental place here in Israel, Chashmonaim, I went there for a night with my wife. Huge basement, 120 square meters. They had a pool in the living room. Instead of a dining room table, they had a pool table. They had a real pool in the middle of the room. It was a one room. It was just one room. They had a bed in the room. They had TV, sofas, and just in the middle of the room, a huge pool. It was so cool. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. I was there for one night. I went swimming there half the time. It was fun. Heated pool during the winter. It was really nice. It is a little stuffy in there because it's all one room. But even the bathrooms, what I'm saying is even the bathrooms had a machitza. They were in their own room, even though the beds were not in their own room, which they should have been. But still, as long as the bathrooms have a wall, that's okay, and the door is closed. If you turn it over a kli on them, let's say you have a child's potty, right? Your child is toilet training Personally, I don't use a potty. My daughter is toilet training right now. We have the stairs, the steps to go onto the bigger toilet. Some people, my sister uses a potty. I guess there's advantages and disadvantages of both. If you have one of these potties, made out of plastic, the Shulchan Aruch doesn't discuss if that is like wood or is like metal, but if you cover it with something, you take a garbage bag and you cover it over, they're kavurim, they're like buried in the ground. Umutter likros kenegdo, and you're allowed to read Kriya Shema, even if you're standing right next to it. That are the halachas of toilets and urinals. If you want to try to understand a little better the difference that the Shulchan Aruch makes in Siman Aleph, Sif Aleph, between urinals made out of out of wood versus ones made of metal or porcelain. Stay tuned for Ian to lean on coming up next.